Previously on the Developing Dad Network.
So Kevin says, less prosperity, more accountability. There's no accountability. He said you got to bring shame back. Okay, put some skirts on some knees.
Long
Tell,
skirts.
come on, tell people. Like people would always call that kind of stuff legalism. But if from the heart, you've been changed, you don't want to do those things that displease God, and you want your clothing to be strength and honor, like it says in Proverbs 31 for a woman, and then for a man, you want it to be right strength and honor from manly strength and honor, right? So we both have a standard, but the what's been happening. I want to read this quote. This is from Creflo Dollar himself. Now, this is from Thabiti's book, The Decline of African American Theology. This is from Creflo Dollar himself. This is a part of his doctrine of salvation, and this may help you to understand why prosperity is such a big deal to them. This is not just a money play for a lot of them. This is actually there's a theological foundation for it. Not erroneous, but there is a theological foundation. He says here, the reason so many believers do not operate at the same level of power as Jesus did while on earth is that they do not accept the certainty of faith he has. He not only had the right to perform those miracles, but he could not be persuaded otherwise. When Jesus spoke the word in fearless confidence, he expected something to happen. Likewise, when our faith is mixed with fearless confidence in knowing we are the righteousness of God in Christ, we can confront debt and declare it to leave and then live as though we are free from debt. People stand around you wondering why you think things are supposed to happen just the way you say. All you have to do is tell them that you have fearless confidence in knowing that you are the righteousness of God. Just as Jesus did, we have to know that as sons and daughters of God, we are righteous. Like Jesus, we must have fearless confidence born of absolute faith in the word of our Father, believing that it would be as if he said it would. Now I'm going to read, this is Thabiti commenting on this. Instead of the orthodox understanding of justification or being declared righteous through faith in the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, righteousness became a power equal to Jesus's power. Moreover, instead of being declared righteous, as in Evans' Arminian orthodoxy, the Christian was supposed to be the righteousness of God. So basically, they believe that because we're children of God, we have access to pull out of thin air wealth, health, and everything else. Anything that we want. Right? Anything that we want.
Everything. That's how you got the jet. The Bentleys, the cars, the houses, he's pulled it all out of thin air. That's
why they believe what they believe. That's why they do what they do. That's why it's so damaging to people who believe this doctrine. If they don't manifest the things that their mouth proclaims, they become completely
it's your fault.
It's your fault, and you're not even saved. You don't have you might not even be saved because you can't manifest wealth. Because you don't have the faith enough to manifest.
You don't have enough faith. You don't have the faith like your pastor does.
Right.
His faith is obvious. Look at everything I have. Like my faith.
The only person getting rich in those contexts is the preacher for certain.
Look at how many houses I got. Look at jet, cars,
He's at the top of the pyramid scheme.
I got everything. Yeah.
He's at the top of the pyramid scheme.
Right. Yeah.
That's always the one that's going to get rich, the one at the top.
Exactly.
And look, what is Kenneth Copeland's net worth is somewhere in the 700 million?
Something like that.
Right?
I mean, we used to pass I think they have a compound in Dallas, like where you have there.
Woo-wee. Oh, yes, the Lord will bring the flock. Right, that's what we're just supposed to preach, and the Lord will bring his sheep. Right? Yes. So look, Jesus didn't need faith. He is God. What? Right? Exactly. That's what. Right. Right. He's God in the flesh.
God in the flesh.
Right. He commands the winds and the waves because he created the winds and the waves.
By the word of his power.
By the word of his power.
He's kind of.
Yeah,
he's kind of a big deal, guys.
He's a big deal. Yeah, the whole of history hinges upon him.
Right.
It's all about him. It's actually
like many leather bound books.
Right. One interesting thing people always say: how can you believe that Jesus rose from the dead? Well, besides the fact that we have the historical record, the fact that I'm sitting here 2,000 years after it happened Still talking about an itinerant preacher from Nazareth.
It's kind of
how many other people do you know from Nazareth? I don't even know any current people from Nazareth. Right. We still talking about a man from Nazareth, 2,000 years after he walked the earth.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know. Yeah. The evidence for Christianity is Christians.
Right. Oh,
right. Man. Yeah. So look, I mean, come on. This is crazy. Like we're gonna clip this, we're gonna do this last one. And then we're gonna start taking calls. All right. So we're gonna do this last one, and then maybe we'll do what is the meaning of belief? We got this was April said that's such an oppressive, wicked doctrine. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I was under that bondage for a while. You know what I'm saying?
And look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I used to come to church with y'all in Houston.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what's wrong with my brother and his wife? Like I was when I was in that one, I come to that church and I'd be like, this is craziness.
Look, we was caught in the hype. We was like, come on. You know, because you know they was feeding your flesh because they was bringing in the top artists like gospel music wise. You know what I'm saying? You was having a concert, getting you all hyped up, and then he would you would get on that high from the music, the sound, all that stuff, and he would come in, the pastor would come in and tell you a bunch of stuff that, I mean, it sounds good. Like, it's like, hey, man, if you just have faith in God, all the things, all the blessings going to come your way. You're going to reach the level. Right. You're going to level up. And, them do, like, they are wolves in sheep's clothing, but they are gifted. Like a lot of them are gifted speakers,
gifted rhetoricians. Very gifted.
Right. Yep. They can spin a phrase and have you like, man, what this boy just saying at me?
Right.
What? Let me turn my head around. That's what you say in the Bible, boy. Come on.
Right. It's crazy, man. I remember the one Sunday we came and they had to do like they were saying, hey, people come up to the front because we need people to be, shown on camera. Right, they were preparing for you would have the cut scenes basically.
Yeah,
the cut scenes where they would broadcast to the next, right, to some other church. I'm like, this is a production. Like,
that's what I'm saying. And then they bring you in and make you a part of it. If they see you talented and they like your personality, they'll be like, oh, you need to be a part of leadership, the fivefold ministry. Come on, be a part of that, brother. We're gonna bring you in. They create you. They make you a part of the community, and you just like, yeah, Jesus, gonna bless me. He gonna bless me.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? And
I didn't pray for y'all because I didn't pray during that time, but
right, understandable. It's intoxicating though. But you know what happened? I started reading the Bible, and then it was like, wait a minute,
right? Because you were in that, and then you went to like full like orthodoxy before me, right?
Yeah, I was like,
and then right,
and it was still like an up and down thing, but it was just like, you're trying to unlearn all that stuff that you learned from these places. It's like,
boy,
it's a process, but yeah.
And I remember what in 2012. That's when the Lord started to work on me and draw me to Himself, and I was like, man, okay, I'm starting to love this stuff that I've been hating for a while. Yeah. Right. And I loved being accountable. That was the thing, right? Like he said, KS said, less prosperity, more accountability. I wanted to be accountable. I wanted to be accountable to God. I wanted to find a good local church where I could join with other believers and who loved the same stuff that I loved. I became hungry for that.
Again. Like I wanted to battle my sin. I didn't want to just be like, well, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. You know what I'm saying? The pastor, he human too. That was always the excuse when the pastor got caught in the scandal. Well, he human. He just human.
Right, he just human.
He's just a human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it says he's supposed to be above reproach, the husband of one wife, and the children of believers, and not open to the charge of debauchery or insubordination. This man is supposed to be a paragon of virtue. Yeah. We've gotten to the point now where we just make him just like the rest of us. He's like, he's not even supposed to do anything. Yeah, he's not supposed to be special. Like, there's nothing different about him and me.
Like, he's just a man. He's a human.
Right?
Like
yes.
If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so on Patreon or on Cash App or you can support the school that my wife and I have started. All links will be in the description. All right, see y'all on the next one. Bye.